Hey everyone, you're listening to The Public Affair with me, Andrew G. I see someone different every episode, but do me a favor, keep it between us.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Andrew G, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Public Affair. Before we get started, of course, I want to thank the whole entire community and everybody who supports this podcast. From the bottom of my heart, it truly means a lot. Of course, thank you to Rogue Media Network, Mike Hamilton, Allison Robles, always editing my episodes to the utmost greatness, and I truly appreciate you guys so much. I love having a great team behind me. I had to make sure my mic was all good. And of course, you know, I want to encourage you guys to like, share, and subscribe this episode. And once again, thank you guys again so much for the love and support. I've got more of The Public Affair on the way, and I've got a really exciting guest that I can't wait to get into and just dive right into. But before we get started, I definitely want to give a shout out to a few of our sponsors of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to you by Four Brothers Construction with my boy Joe Olvera. He provides custom home designs and renovations. He also focuses on roofing, remodeling, plumbing, tree removal, electrical work, and so much more. Joe is hot. Everybody that works there is hot. So if you want your home to look hot, you're going to hit up Four Brothers Construction with my boy Joe Olvera with the number on the screen. Thank you so much for being a longtime sponsor of The Public Affair. Of course, to Frank Biza with B&J Refinishing. He focuses on resurfacing bathtubs, counters, sinks, tiles, and more to original showroom quality. He offers 5-year warranty on most work and has the best prices in town, so he's not going to break your pockets. And then we all know that Frank does absolutely every single thing because he also has Co-Town Tint, which is a mobile tint and detailing business that offers the best high quality film and products and will be all competitor prices. And there's nothing I love more than being at work, calling Frank and saying, can you detail my car? They pick it up and they bring it right back. Super convenient. Frank does everything. He also will rent out inflatables like a mechanical bull, margarita machine, tables, chairs, and a foam machine, making all your parties litty kitty. Frank, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair and being for a long-time sponsor. I truly appreciate you, bro. Of course, to Elite Barbershop with my boy Sid Rodriguez. He's located on Hewitt Drive. You can download the Cut app or call the number on the screen to book. He also has Marcus Guerrero, Chris Reyes, Santos Cordova, D-Rod, and Isaac Chavez over there making you look super snackers. I just got my hair cut for today's episode. Sid cut me up, and Chris, who's actually my guest today, was there as well. So thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. I truly appreciate you. Of course, to my boy David Santabanez with Alinea Real Estate. David is the #1 sales agent in his office, and every time I go on Facebook, I can see why, because he stays selling properties. He'll help you buy a home or sell your home. Make sure you follow him on Facebook at David with Alinea, or call the number on the screen, darling, for all your real estate needs. David, thank you so much for being a longtime sponsor of The Public Affair. I can't wait to go house hunting with you again, and we're going to find that person about that house in James, Dave. No, I'm kidding. No, David, thank you so much for all your sponsorship. I truly appreciate you. And of course, to Anika Armstrong with Pee-wee's Crab Cakes on the go in Hewitt, Texas, serving the most authentic Cajun cuisine with a wide selection of signature crab cakes, pasta, seafood, and more. I just had the Taco Tuesday special yesterday. Today's Wednesday. It was so good. Chris is all mad at me because I didn't invite him. The top recommended is their Southern fried catfish special, served with seafood pasta, potato salad, and 6 fried shrimp. Fish is topped with Houdat sauce, which I had it yesterday. I'm not going to tell you what it is because you got to go figure it out at 108 Gym Drive in Hewitt, Texas. Order online at orderpeeweescrabcakesonthego.com, or just simply call them on the number on the screen to place your order. Pee-wees, thank you so much. Anika, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. The best of luck to Pee-wees because it's delicious and it's my new favorite thing to roll around in. So thank you so much. All right, guys, so like I said, I've been really excited about this guest coming on to The Public Affair. So as we all know, just some episodes ago, I had a trans woman on the show. Shout out to Cici Ortiz, drove all the way from Austin to be on the show. I got to have the perspective of a trans woman. You know, I really wanted to do that episode because a lot of people didn't understand the differences between me as a gay man and her as a trans woman. So then I wanted the other perspective. I wanted the perspective of a trans man because I still got more questions, right? So I've been knowing my next guest for quite a while. They told me about their situation about a year or two ago, if I'm not mistaken. And so I just said, I would love for you to come on the show and talk about it. Took some time to think about it, and he said he's down. So without further ado, I would love to introduce and thank so much for coming on to The Public Affair, Chris Reyes. How you doing?
I'm good. How you?
Don't be all quiet and shy. Stop this when we're at the shop. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay.
You got the Lonestar. It's a very masculine beer. They walked in with it. The lady at the gas station's like, "You gonna have a party?" I said, "No, I don't drink this. It's not my red wine." Honestly, Chris, I know that this was something for you that you had to sit on for a while. And so I really want to thank you for coming on the show.
Not a problem.
How you feeling?
Good now.
Yeah, you're good, right? I told you, you're going to be fine. Yeah, yeah, for sure. So today, just before we get right into it, you're celebrating a birthday, which is part of as of the recording of this episode is December 1st.
Yes.
And so you specifically wanted to do it on this day because you're celebrating the birthday of, can you explain to us?
It's a rebirthday, I guess.
Yeah.
So December 1st, 6 years ago, thought I was 5. I missed a year.
Doesn't that happen? Well, you're drinking Lone Star. So
I know, right? I forget.
Yeah.
It had to be 2020, the COVID thing.
Yeah.
Missed that whole year.
We pressed delete on that year.
Yeah, everybody did.
Yeah, for sure.
So December 1st, 2015 at 3:30, as a matter of fact.
AM or PM?
PM.
PM. Okay.
I became legally male. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. Yeah. I have to ask how that happens because I have questions. Well, happy birthday to you. Happy re-birthday. When's your real birthday?
January 26th.
When's your birthday? I know does that sound rude? I don't know.
No, because like I said, my wife was like, "So what do you call that day?"
Yeah,
I was like, December 1st. Okay. Usually.
Do you celebrate your re-birthday? Like you don't go have dinner?
I don't.
Bro, let me go.
I
trans.
should, I guess.
Yeah. Let me go trans and I get some titties. And on my re-birthday, I'm walking out tits out like that. I don't give a fuck. I am. I'm celebrating 2 birthdays.
I can see that. I see that.
Right? No shame. Yeah, I encourage you to do the same. No, well, okay. Well, happy re-birthday to you, Chris. Before we get started with all the stuff that I have questions about, and I want you to introduce yourself. Like, tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and all that jazz, please.
I'm Chris Reyes.
Hey. Don't act all shy, Chris. Use your outside voice.
I'm originally from Marlin. I grew up here in Waco.
Marlin? You're from Marlin?
Yeah, that's where I was born.
I'm sorry.
It's that's what everybody says.
Yeah, I love it. Marlin's cute.
Okay.
It's cute, yeah. I have a friend from Marlin.
We'll stick with that.
Yeah. I have a friend from Marlin. He's cute too. He's not gay, but he's cute.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I came here in 2nd grade.
Okay, got you. So you grew up in Waco.
I grew up
for the
here,
most part.
yeah, so
okay, got you.
When people ask, I'm from here.
So you're not even trying to claim Marlin.
Well, it's not that. It's just like I don't want to go through the whole story or whatever, But like this is different, know. But if you're just a random person, hey man, where you from?
Yeah, just Waco.
Yeah.
Well, I still tell people I'm from New York, but I think I've lived in Texas longer now that I've lived in New York. Because I moved here when I was 14. I'm 30 now, so I just have one more year in Texas. You know what I mean? But whatever. I'm still from New York. Shut up.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. I'd still claim it. I'd be like,
whatever. I do want to talk a little bit about how we met. Of course, you were cutting hair. Shout out to the Golden Shear, which that's where you and Sid kind of started, and so that's where I met you. And I'm not gonna lie, I used to think that you were hitting on me. I used to think that. And I was like, oh, he's cute.
Really?
That's funny. Yeah. So I did. I used to think that you were hitting on me, and then I was like, he's being a little sus. And then we talked, and I was like, oh, that's not the case. And so we met at Golden Shear at the bar. This was again 2 years ago or so, right?
Yeah, it had to be. About
okay, gotcha. Yeah, and then like I said, I met you. You're really nice. You took me to George's when you first told me, and I have to say, when you first told me, again, like I feel like there's some people you could tell. You know what I mean? Like as far as the transitions and stuff go. And when you told me, like, I need to know who your doctor is. Because once again, I could not tell. I had no idea. When you asked me out for a beer, I was like, oh, he's sliding in my DMs. Because that was back when I used to drink heavy. You know? And then, drinks usually, And then I did, first of all, I love your wife.
Oh, yeah.
Love me some Angie. And she's sponsored the show too before. So big shout out to Angie, my girl Angie. But I was like, oh, yeah, we're in. And then you told me your situation, and I was like, oh, well, so I'm really happy I got to meet you guys, and I jumped around a little bit. Can we talk a little bit about your life growing up? So if anybody hasn't gotten it yet, you were born a female. You were biologically born a female, okay? Yes. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about your life growing up in that, because like I feel like it's different. Like me as a gay guy, I just knew I liked the boys in school. Yeah. You know what I mean? So go ahead.
How old were you when you knew?
No, honestly, nobody's gonna believe it.
Okay, that's how I feel about my story too.
Nobody's gonna believe it, but I always knew I was gonna have a boyfriend.
Okay, see,
I never saw myself having a girlfriend until it was trying to be conditioned to me. And then I would think about, oh my God, I'm gonna have sex with her? That's gross. Like vagina, ew. Like, you know what I mean? And I was like, you gotta do that now? Like, that's disgusting. But I always knew. Like, I just knew, you just know. You know what I mean? But I think there was the realization, I think I want to say it was like in 6th grade, Chris.
Really?
I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, you're fucking gay, dude. Like, like you are gay. Now you got to figure it out, you know?
Yeah.
What about you? No, this is not you, Chris. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your life growing up. Okay.
Well, the thing is, the reason I asked
go ahead.
is because, you know, kind of like conversations we've had before, previously, you know, I knew before people were like, there's no way you could know. I was like, I didn't even know what the word gay meant.
Right.
I knew that there was something completely different about me.
Okay.
As a small child.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I should probably keep that to myself.
But, okay, so when you say something different, did you feel like you were a boy?
Yeah,
okay.
I felt like I was a boy, but I wasn't being treated as a boy. So it was like, there's something different and I don't know.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, believe it or not, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a priest.
I love those. I've slept with one. It's okay.
So, you know, well, I grew up in a super Catholic family.
Oh, okay, got you. Ooh.
So, yeah. Oh, it gets rough.
Yeah.
It gets rough.
Let me type in some more notes. Go ahead.
It's going to get rough.
Okay, got you.
But, you know, I wanted to be a priest. Like, I could say the whole mass and everything by myself.
Oh, wow.
I would go in my grandma's living room and I'd open up the Bible and I'd make my brother be like my altar boy.
Okay.
And he was like, I'm not doing this.
Does that mean you were a good kid then, since you wanted to be a priest?
You know what? I don't know. I don't know if I would consider myself a good kid. I thought I was a man. Yeah. And I thought when I grow up, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be a priest because I'm a man.
Oh, okay,
or I'm a boy.
You. Yeah.
But the thing is that I've never looked like an actual female, I guess.
Okay.
Even when I was younger, like my mom she could put me in a dress and they'd be like, oh, that's a cute little boy. She's like, it's not a boy.
Damn, bitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, they keep calling you a boy.
Well, especially if they put you in a dress. What kind of stupid ass is that?
I know, right? Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, she would get so pissed.
I would too. Like, damn, that's my fucking daughter, bitch.
Yeah.
You know, like,
So I've never been feminine.
Okay, I was gonna say, so like at a young age, I mean, surely you're being conditioned to like dresses and, you know, oh, we're gonna do your hair and makeup now and stuff like that. Or it was because it was Marlon, so no, like.
I don't think
that was terrible. No offense to anybody from Marlon watching
you know
this.
what? Honestly, I've been
to that city quite a few times.
Okay, so honestly, we went to church in Marlon, even when we lived here.
Right.
So my grandparents lived in Marlon, so we would go to church Saturday and go to like the catechism classes, the CCD classes on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So my life would be different here.
Okay.
And I knew that I had to change for a couple of hours to be there.
Oh, so you were kind of living masculine here.
Yeah,
or like
I was already. Yeah.
Okay,
And there, I tried not to be, but this is who I am.
Well, you can't help it.
I can't.
If you're sitting around with your legs spread open like men, like, you know, and drinking fucking Lonestar and chewing tobacco, you know, like,
exactly.
Fuck? Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I got. Look at you. I feel like the roles are super reversed. Like I'm feel like I'm sitting all straight, prim and proper, and you're just all fucking with your fucking loans. Yeah, this is gonna confuse a lot of my listeners, but that's why we're gonna answer questions. So, okay, so no. At a very young age, you knew, like
I knew that something was different.
So when did you finally tell somebody? You know, well, first of all, were you like a lesbian first? Like,
I mean, I guess that I mean,
because you were a woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what you know. Then that's the thing, like. So the first person I ever told was my cousin.
Okay. Did you tell him you're gay?
I was spending the night with her, I guarantee I was in elementary school still.
Oh wow.
So it was between 3rd and 5th grade, somewhere between that. And I remember I was laying on the floor, and she was on the bed, and I was like, I said, I gotta tell you something. I said, I'm gay.
Oh shit, just like that.
Yeah. And she's like, okay.
You know,
it was.
Go to bed. Yeah. Okay.
She's like, shut up, go to sleep. No. But you know, she was the first person I told.
Right.
And I think she kind of knew.
Right.
And it seems like everybody kind of knew.
I feel like people know. Yeah, absolutely. My mom, and she'll deny it to this day, used to ask my cousins to ask me if I was gay. She'll tell me that no, she didn't, but yes, the fuck she did, because I just think it's so funny that different cousins from different states told me the same fucking thing. You know what I mean? But whatever, mom. Okay. Yeah. But a parent knows. I feel like parents, especially like in your family, know.
I do feel like that too, because I think my mom kind of like hinted around.
Okay.
But I was scared to death to tell her. You know, like I said, I grew up in a super Catholic family.
Right.
I didn't want to tell my parents. I didn't want to tell my family. I didn't want to tell anybody.
Right.
But the thing is that a lot of other people already knew.
And,
you know, but I finally told her.
Yeah.
And well, basically my cousin told her mom, and my mom, so I stayed with my aunt, my uncle, and my cousin for a little bit, and we kind of figured out how to tell her.
Okay.
So they brought my other aunts in, and then they brought my mom over, and you know, but I didn't have it as hard as some of the other gay, I guess, kids back then.
Okay.
You know, had it.
Yeah.
You know, I know a lot of people that never had the love and support.
Right.
Of family.
So, so how old were you when you told them?
Oh, I was in seventh grade.
Okay, so you waited till 7th because you came out to your cousin when you were in elementary school.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you get to 7th grade. It's like, I gotta tell my family I'm gay.
Well, it got to the point where my aunt and my uncle, they were like, I think it's time.
I mean, you were in boy basketball shorts probably. You know, I could see with the tank tops.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You know.
And see, that was another thing. As a kid, like I'd be at my grandma's house and I'd take my shirt off outside, and she's like, put your shirt on, you know, and I was like, why can't I be, you know?
Shirtless,
so I'm thinking in my head, I'm thinking that I'm male.
Okay, got you.
And then I was like, something's definitely not
right.
Something.
Hey, maybe
right.
something's up with me, because I don't like taking my shirt off in front of people unless we're trying to have sex. Like,
you know, it took me forever to take my clothes off to have sex.
Hell yeah.
You know, like, well, when I tell
questions
you,
hold on a second.
Well, when I tell you I'm a private person, I'm down to the bone. I'm a private
which
person.
is why I'm so happy you decided to come on the show, because, you know, a lot of people are going to watch this, and that, you know, we were talking yesterday, and as much as we don't want to like be role models, or that's not what we're trying to do, there's going to be that one person trying, or that is trans, or that, you know, wants to feel like they want to hear your story. You know what I mean? Like when I had Cici Ortiz on the show, she had a lot of messages of support and stuff like that, and telling, you know, all these great things and stuff like that, and nobody messaged me because I just said her on the show, but, you know, but no, you know, Andrew's fucking stupid, but you know, like people are gonna watch this and they're gonna be like, okay, like if this is how he did it, you know, I don't know, like you're gonna inspire somebody regardless of whether or not you want to. But okay, wait, no, so you're 7th grade, you're about to tell everybody you're gay, okay, and then what's everybody's reaction? Because I mean, you were just saying that, like, you know, a lot of other people had it harder. Yeah.
So my mom had a hard time accepting it at first. Yeah. Which, as a parent, even what I've been through, I think I wouldn't have a hard time, but it would pull some strings to where I'd be like, oh man, I don't want that for you. But
okay, got you.
It's different time now. Like we've talked about before. Back then, it was
more ridiculed back in the day.
Yeah, it really was.
Like a lot of people shunned you for now. And I feel like now though, and I talked to Cici about this, I feel like now being gay is like a fag. Oh wow, a fad. Being gay is a fad. I mean, you're a fag, but which I only like being called a fag when I'm getting rammed. Yeah. And so no. There you go. I feel like these days being gay has turned into like a fad. Like people like, and that's why it's so hard for people to accept the fact that we were really like born this way. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're like, those people are not making it easy for us to like live our truths. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I actually got really upset one time. I think I was in high school. There was a girl at one time, and she was like, I'm just gonna like girls, whatever. It seems like the thing to do, you know, for like attention or whatever. And then, man, it pissed me off because it's like, bitch, you don't know what I've been through in my life.
Did you beat her ass?
No, hell no. I can't put my hands on a girl. I can't put my hands on a female. That was you know what? That was one thing that my brother always taught me too. You know.
So you what? No.
I wouldn't.
See, that's me. I don't give a fuck.
Even if I was physically a female, I wouldn't.
Let me go back to bitch real quick. Handle this bitch.
Yeah, nah. You know, my brother did tell me. He said, whatever role it is that you're playing, or that, you know, if you're the masculine, don't. that's one thing you don't do. You don't ever put your hands on a female. So okay. All right.
I don't know. I feel like if a bitch punches you in the face, you should punch her back.
That's how I feel.
I'm sorry. A lot of people are gonna hate me that I said that. I don't care.
But you know what?
But nobody
I
should
get
be
it.
hitting anybody.
I get it. Yeah, nobody should be hitting anybody. But if somebody's punching me dead, in my face, then I'm gonna at least grab you.
Hey, I'm gonna punch you like a fucking man, bitch.
You should, But I know a lot of people like that. They're like, hey, if somebody punches you, punch them back.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? And
yeah,
it is what it is.
I want to talk about like when you first discovered, like, okay, so what a lot of people don't understand either is that there is being lesbian and then there's being trans.
Yes.
Okay. And so I want to kind of talk to you or ask you, if you don't mind, a little bit about that transition, so to speak. Like when did you decide, okay, I'm a guy. Like it's not even about being a lesbian anymore. Like I'm straight up a dude.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I guess, well, like I said, I've always felt.
You always felt like a guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I guess throughout the years, I was trying, and I was in school, so
right.
and I was 7th grade. I was probably like more. I guess I'm gay then.
Okay.
I just have to deal with that.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, but I don't want to be gay. You know what I mean? And it was the weird. It's weird. It's hard to explain because all the feelings that I had, and I'm like, I just want to be a guy. I just want to be a man.
You just want to play football and.
I did play football.
You did.
I did. I played football in 7th grade.
Damn.
I did.
I didn't.
I played football in 7th grade, and I wanted to continue. But I had surgery on my foot, so.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Anyway.
But something that I just always knew, and I was okay with being gay through high school.
Right.
What else was I gonna do?
Right. Yeah. No, for sure. Okay. No, but so was there a time in high school where you so are you slowly making the transition? And because was trans.
No,
like a thing back in the day?
I didn't know what trans was either.
Okay, got you.
So I'm discovering the gay thing. So I'm like, maybe I'm just gay.
Right.
I had no clue about trans.
Mm-hmm.
I just knew I wanted to be a man, and I didn't know what that meant.
Okay.
When I remember telling one of my friends when I was younger, I said, when I turn 18, I'm gonna get a sex change.
Yeah.
And she's like, good, you should.
Okay. Oh.
And I was like, okay, but I didn't know what that entailed.
So at this time, though, were you wearing like boy clothes? Like,
I was always wearing boy clothes.
You were always wearing boy clothes. Okay, gotcha.
I've never been feminine at all.
It's not weird. I was going to say that's weird. It's not weird, but there's been a lot of women. I've grown up with girls like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now they're gay. Like,
yeah. Actually, I know people that have had the complete transition from look like they look feminine, they're feminine, and then now they're a man.
Jeez,
so
woof. Okay,
it's where I think that's why another reason why it's so easy for everybody around me to kind of just transition with me because they've never seen a female me.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Okay. So, I got you. So people are just like, they're already conditioned to, okay, I get it. I get it.
Because there's people that knew me before my transition, and now, we'll be talking and I'll say something about it and people go, holy shit.
I forgot.
I completely forgot about that. You know what I mean? Everybody's like, I forgot.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So it's like.
So then you say, okay, I'm at 18, I'm going to get an operation.
Yeah.
Okay? So.
No,
that's not right. Okay, because it's a lot of money, right? Like Cici,
it is.
Yeah, Cici was telling us about how much it costs and shit. I was like, oh,
it is.
Yeah.
So I never tried to, when I was 18, we didn't have the internet we have now.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. We got. Yeah.
I'm old.
I watched. This is going to be a little inappropriate. Please don't get mad at me, but I did watch a vaginoplasty on YouTube. Where, where they turn your penis into a vagina, which I thought. I couldn't ever do, but it's very interesting how they can just construct that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it the reverse way, but
oh man, you should watch.
I'm going to. Okay,
you should.
I'll do it tonight. Everybody, let's watch it together. Put in the comments what you thought, and tag the link in the comments.
Yeah, because I would think that. I mean, I guess that's just one surgery, right?
They literally took the fucking thing and they. I mean, obviously the guy is asleep, and they made this beautiful vagina. Like, I mean, and that's what I'm saying too. I always said this. Like, first of all, I'm not trans. Yeah. Everybody knows I'm gay as fuck. Yeah. But you know, I always said that if that was something I ever wanted to pursue or did, I would go for the full shebang. I'm talking about titties up to here and a nice, clean, smooth cat. Just at the bottom.
Why not? Why not?
I got to go for the whole shebang. I'm sorry, I got to do it. That's me. You know what I mean? But yeah, no. So 18 comes around, and you got a lot more freedom coming around, and okay.
Yeah, and it doesn't go that way.
Okay.
Me.
So when does your like start to transitioning though? Because I mean, isn't there like medicines and stuff? Like, can you explain that to us?
So I didn't start transitioning until I left. So I was in aviation for 6 to 7 years. Okay. I never knew anybody trans. I never knew anybody. I never knew how to get into
like where to pull resources from. Yeah,
and I never thought about it.
Yeah, for sure.
So what happened was, and I believe in everything happens for a reason. Everybody we come across, whether it's for 5 minutes or years,
I agree.
It's always for a reason.
Everything's situational. Hello, how many times have I said that on the public affair? Please. Okay, yes. Okay.
So I met this guy, and he was the first one I worked with when I got on the hangar floor, and so people were giving me shit. You know, they're like, "Hey, man, are you a dude or are you?"
Oh, really? They were asking you like that? Oh, shit. Was that offensive to you?
No, I've had that all my life.
Okay.
I hate like the bathroom situations.
Really?
Oh my God.
Like what? Tell us.
I hate bathroom situations even now.
You didn't like using the girls' bathroom? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
I hated it.
Yeah, I'll be walking in the girls' bathroom all the time sitting there and peeing. I don't give a fuck. If I'm with the bitches, hell yeah, you know? Not all the time, just in case y'all want to lynch me and shit.
Right.
Yeah. And usually at a bar, not at just some rest. Yeah, okay, but yeah.
And see, something that people don't understand is, I get the fact that there are perverts out there and
they do disgusting
shit like that. Yeah. But if it's just a regular trans person or whatever, I guarantee you they're probably more uncomfortable than you are.
Okay. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and then you were just about to explain to us your bathroom situation. Like, why? Like, I don't think about that. You know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, going to the female bathroom was awful for me. It was.
Were you getting stared at?
Yeah. They're like, or a lot of people would be like, wrong restroom, and I was like, no,
bitch,
I got poop.
Oh wow, really?
So it's just like they're like, oh, sorry.
But that's so rude, don't you think? I think that is so rude. Like, what's it to you, ho? Like, damn, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
yeah. I've taken guys to the bathroom with me plenty of times,
but
just that one time. Anyway, no, okay, yeah. So I mean, were you using? I mean, obviously you're using the women's restroom, but did you ever like just kind of sneak in the men's room because you felt more comfortable? Or I don't even like using the bathroom in front of people. Period. So
me either.
Yeah, I'm like not like that. Yeah.
You know, I hate going into the bathroom now and then I go, those urinals don't have dividers.
Oh, yeah, no, I can't stand that.
And I'm like, I'll just...
And people so comfortably like to take a nice shit in the bathroom, which I think is disgusting. Listen, as I was saying, I'm leaving for Vegas like in 8 hours. And so, and I'm thinking in my mind, how the fuck am I going to use the bathroom with these guys in the same house? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Don't go anywhere with me. I shit everywhere I go.
No, really? Yeah, I can't shit in public. I can't. No, I can't. I'm sorry.
My body's just like, new place.
Does it just come out? No, I hate that. Listen.
So do I.
And then I can't even use the bathroom without a bidet in it.
Oh yeah,
gotta
I have
have
to
a
have
bidet.
a wet wipe. I have to have at least. I have to have something.
Do you have a bidet at the house?
No,
bro.
I don't got that kind of money.
$30. All right? Okay. Yeah. That's a haircut. Okay. You get a fucking bidet. It'll change your life. I can't use the baby wipes. Bidets are where it's at. When toilet paper was, remember the toilet paper thing?
Yeah.
I didn't give a fit because I had a bidet. Take all your toilet paper.
I don't. It shoots up.
Yeah.
Right? I jump when my wife grabs my ass.
Yeah. Well, I've had plenty of shit at my ass.
I don't think that's for me. I don't think that's for me.
But you know what? But it's not. We're getting off topic here. But I want to encourage bidets in every household. Okay, because it's a nice soothing feeling. It's not like something shooting literally up your ass. It's just it's a nice like soothing. Just like refreshing. You feel all fresh down there. You know what I mean? Just do it. Do it. And I promise it'll change your life. I promise. Yes. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to it. Yeah. So everybody go buy a bidet. Anyway.
So the whole bathroom situation.
Okay, bathroom situation
has always been hard.
Okay.
And even more so, I guess during my transition.
Okay.
The thing is I don't like being uncomfortable, but I more so don't want somebody else to be uncomfortable.
Okay, I got you.
So that's how I felt going in the women's bathroom. Is like they're probably really uncomfortable.
No, mind your business, bitch.
You know, I just don't want anybody to feel
right.
any type of way.
You know, I kind of have a question, like in regards to stuff like that. I mean, so obviously growing up, you probably went through like what most women went through, right? Like, I mean, as far as having a menstrual cycle and stuff like that.
Yes.
And so, I mean, I'm sure that makes going to the bathroom harder as well. You know what I mean? So, I mean, is that something that you were able to, how did you end up, you had to do it though.
Yeah, you have to.
You know what I mean? So like,
and you know, believe it or not, like people, I guess, like in my situation, we will hold it as long as possible, and that can cause health issues.
Right. Yeah.
It causes health issues.
Yeah. Oh, like peas and yeah. No. Well, I tell everybody too. You can't even hold, like, as much as I don't like using public bathrooms, you can't hold in your shit.
Yeah.
That's how you get
you can't.
Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah. All right. So transitioning. Okay. When did you first start? I guess like. I mean, how did you find the resource to do it? Do you know what I mean?
So, as I was saying.
Sorry. So, we got a topic about bidets and assholes.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is the public affair.
Yeah, so, as I was saying, the guy that I was put with to work with.
Yeah.
He was, I had said something smart to a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
And I was like, whatever. And I walked off. And he was like, he goes, so if you feel like a male, how come you haven't transitioned yet? And I was like,
oh, so that's
I've never heard that. I've never heard just a straight person use that word or anybody use that word for that matter.
Yeah, and we have to remember, guys, like, Chris, how old are you?
Like 42.
See, so he's older than us.
41, 42.
You're not old, but times were different. It's
times were different when I was growing up. Okay. Times were way different.
Got you. Okay, so
I've had my life threatened.
Oh wow. For being trans?
No, well, I wasn't trans at the time. Oh, well. But even just for being gay.
That's terrible.
You have people that and that's one thing that my mom feared. Mm-hmm. She was just like, stop, don't put yourself out there like that.
Right.
But ever since I was young, I've never looked for, I guess, permission from anybody to be who I am. I've never, it's like if you're not cool with how I am, then we don't have to be friends.
Talk to me. Like, why are you even over here talking to me? You're wasting my fucking time.
There's no reason to be an asshole.
Yeah, I'm trying to order a bidet. See, when I came out to my mom, she was, God, I hope this doesn't offend anybody. She was really worried about me getting like AIDS.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mom, nobody's shooting up this club. I'll tell you that right now. Nobody in the world has ever had the pleasure of feeling what this temple is really all about. Okay, I guess because in our community, it's so like common. You know what I mean? And I you know what? I had episode 69. You saw it, and it was all sluttish, and we had a little disclaimer down there that I always promote safe sex. You know what I mean? So, but that's probably not. Do you think that's the same case with you? I mean, was she worried about like you getting abused and stuff like that?
I think she was more worried about somebody hurting me.
Okay, got you.
And like I said, I've had.
Yeah, people.
Yeah. And
anything you want to talk about or not?
Well, I mean, there was one time. Somebody came looking for me.
Really?
Yeah, and walked right past me, thank God.
Oh, yeah.
But I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, is that when you turn into a girl for a minute, like disguise? Like
No. No, I think he, so it was this girl's uncle.
But why? Why did he?
He went through her diary.
Okay.
And I was in college.
Diary.
Yeah. It's that long ago.
It shows your age.
This was in the 90s.
I tried to have a diary and my dad took it away.
No, this was in the 90s.
In the 90s. Okay, got you.
So, man. He just knew that I had some classes with her at one point. So I guess he thought maybe he would catch us talking.
Oh, okay. And
he would walk in the building and go get her and walk around.
Oh, wow, really?
Stuff.
It was like that?
Walk like right past me.
Was she like a lesbian too, or? She probably is now.
She wanted to. Yeah. She approached me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a big approacher.
Oh, whatever. I let you know.
I could be, but a lot of times
have changed, Chris. Listen, I'm done with dating. I'm done with fucking dating. I'm done with it. I just like, are we doing this or not? Like, I need to know. It's getting late. I got Vegas in 7 hours. Yeah. No, I got you. Okay.
People look at Angie and they go, "How'd you land that?" I was like, "She came and told me."
Yeah, Angie's strong too. I can see that for sure.
I have no game.
Okay. So the guy tells you that the transition light bulb goes off.
Yeah, and I was like, "How do you know about transitioning?" And so he told me his story, and he wasn't trans, but his wife was transitioning to a man. And well, needless to say, they're not married anymore because he's a straight man, so but he had told me about
What's his name? Come on. I got questions for you too.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So he goes, it's not as hard as you think it is. I was like, it's not? When you want something so bad and you don't know much about it, it seems so far out of reach.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
And he's like, "Nah, man, just look that shit up."
Okay.
And I was like, "What?" So I did for a year to a year and a half. I did a lot of research. During this time,
right.
it's I had to do everything on my own.
Right, for sure.
So
that's just not cheap either. Huh?
No, and I had to find doctors.
Yeah.
I had to find surgeons. I had to find the correct path because there are steps you have to do.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So your first step, you have to find. You can find a physician, but you have to have a therapist. You have to have a therapist. You have to have a primary physician, and then you go on about your surgeons and stuff because somebody has to be able to prescribe you your hormones.
Right.
So
is that from a therapist? Like,
no.
I wonder what they ask you. Like,
well, the therapist kind of they ask you about your past. Like the lady that I had. So all my therapist and my physician, they're in Houston.
Okay.
So I tried to do. So if you're trying to do anything here, well, nowadays you can.
You probably can. Yeah.
You can because my buddy that I helped start his transition.
Oh, okay.
And see, I was like, bro, you got it easy because
for sure.
You have somebody helping you, or you have somebody guiding you. I didn't have that, so I was more than happy to help him. And he's so young, so he gets to live more of his life the way he wants.
Yeah,
but I was just like, man, it kind of sucks, but it's hard. It's hard,
Yeah, for sure.
But so you get that therapist, and they kind of go through. They just want to make sure that this is actually what you want,
right?
And this is
the
road. Yeah, there's no going back once you hit a certain point, especially.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, for sure.
So
that's why I go the full shebang all the way. Yeah.
So that's why I had to find all these people.
Okay, got you. Do they prescribe you like medicine? Like, is there like what are the
testosterone?
Hormones? It's testosterone.
Yeah. So for men, it's testosterone.
Oh, so you were taking testosterone.
Yeah.
So if I was transitioning to a female, I would be taking
estrogen.
Estrogen.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're taking the pills?
No.
You're getting it's injections.
Yes.
Okay, got you. And so your body starts to change.
Yes.
So what's going through your mind then? Does it fuck with your mentality, or like how does that work?
Apparently it does with some people. Okay. It didn't with mine.
Okay.
I mean, with me.
Because you were always a boy, so you were like,
yeah.
Oh, there's my armpit hair. Like,
yeah.
There it goes. Hit you 20 years late. What's up?
So it's funny because you start seeing little changes, and the most thing that I hear, people go, "You don't look much different at all." They can tell your jawline changed.
Right.
Right. You do look a little more masculine right here.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's nothing completely. Oh wow, I didn't know who you were.
Right, for sure. Yeah.
So once it takes a little bit for the testosterone to kick in.
Okay, got you.
And then you start seeing things change slowly. So you have to actually be on your hormones for at least a year before you start any type of surgery or anything like that.
Oh wow, really? So you're noticing the changes happening to your body and everything though, and so I mean, do you just wake up one day and all of a sudden you got a mustache or like what, you know what I mean? No, I don't know. Like I'm like, what?
I actually don't grow much facial hair.
No, okay, yeah.
No, and see that was another thing that with work, I finally had to tell somebody. I was like, man, I should tell somebody because I don't want to just walk in one day. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
They're like,
right.
And then they're like, what happened?
What happened to the dudes? Yeah, what happened to the knockers?
Yeah.
You ain't wearing bras no more?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like,
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so first comes that. Okay, so then you have to wait a year. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we're getting into the full transitioning. Okay. So your body is changing and stuff like that. And you said that it really didn't necessarily mess with your mentality, right?
it didn't.
Okay.
There were a couple of times where you feel they call it like roid rage. Like I guess bodybuilders use like steroids.
Okay, gotcha.
It can kind of be used.
So
as
you just
that.
lashing out at it. You're trying to punch bitches in the face.
But see, that never happened to me. I can feel when I get on edge, and I'm like,
so you can control it.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Surprisingly.
Yeah.
Because I can't control my anxiety.
How are the people? But okay, so you also did mention though that like a lot of people around you already like know they're viewing you as a guy and stuff like that. How are the people around you taking this? Because you're finally starting to make the process of transitioning and stuff. Like, are you getting judged? Like, how's your family taking it? You did mention that they were Catholic, and
Yeah. Man, my family's always accepted me for who I am.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. They've always accepted me for who I am.
Right.
They've never been like, oh, you shouldn't do that. Or,
Okay, gotcha.
They've never been like that to me.
Right, for sure. Okay,
But,
so the mom and dad, everybody's cool.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
My
Yeah.
mom, my dad, everybody. Nobody ever was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's what we're doing.
I got you. Okay, so you make your transition, and so now obviously you've had surgery.
Yes.
Okay, got you. So I mean, what was the relief like for you? I mean, was it scary, or like what was that process like for you? Because those are major changes. I feel like, you know what I mean. Like if I just woke up like next week and I had like some double D pointy ass titties and a nice cat, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, like you know what I mean. I think of like the Caitlyn Jenners and shit like that. You know what I mean? And so talk to us about that, please. Indulge us.
Like you say, you're a terrible gay person. I'm probably a terrible trans person. I was a terrible gay person, and now I'm a terrible trans person because they're like, it's just so I don't, I guess I thought about documenting it.
Okay.
And I just never did. But when especially, during, you have a surgery and then afterward you see the outcome and you're like, holy shit.
Okay.
That's cool.
That's cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
I was like, but like when I met my surgeon, he was awesome. So
oh, really?
I was because of trying to start stuff here.
Right.
Doctors and everybody here, they were like, you want to do what?
Yeah,
At that time, they were like, no. My physician actually told me, he goes, I don't know anything about that, and you probably shouldn't do that because you're putting something in your body that shouldn't be there.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then so he goes, I probably see an endocrinologist, and so when we did that, and he was like, why? What are you here for?
Yeah.
And it was, I just kept getting
just denied.
Yeah. Okay. Back to back.
I'm sure that messes with your mind more than just
the
transition itself. Like you're being rejected. Yeah. Okay. Got you.
So once I found the process, I was like, okay. I'm gonna find everybody I can out of town.
Right.
As far as possible.
Easier. Yeah. Okay. Got you.
So, so my surgeon's in Plano.
Okay.
All my doctors are in Houston, so my surgeon was in Plano.
Yeah, for sure.
And when I went for the consultation, he was just like, "Hey, Mr. Reyes, blah blah blah, how's it going? This and that."
Oh, so he was already calling you Mister.
Yeah, and I wasn't even, illegally I wasn't.
There
yet.
you go. Okay,
and
got
so,
you.
but he does so many that he just, he knows.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
He was like, "All right," and so, he did a consultation. He was like, "Okay, well, we'll do this. Next thing you know, you'll have he patted me on my chest and shit. I was like, damn, bro.
How's it like to not have boobs anymore? Like, were you just were they voluptuous anyway or not?
I tried to push them back as
much
as possible.
Okay, so but now you don't have to do that, right?
Yeah,
like,
no.
Yeah, that's
nice manly chest.
I've seen pictures. I don't know. Like, it's not weird. I don't want to. That's rude. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
I'm sure it is weird. Like sometimes, like So now that if people see me with a shirt off, that knew me way before, they're probably like, "What the fuck?
What the fuck?" Okay, I got you.
But for people that don't know, they're like, okay, so what?"
Right. Yeah. Okay, so you're doing that. I've really got a question about like not too much sex in general. I talked about that with Cici and stuff like that, but it seems as though like in the trans community, like I have okay, so like I know that I like penis. You know what I mean? And so do you consider how do I put this? Do you consider yourself a straight man now, or are you, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've always considered myself a straight man, even when I wasn't a man.
Okay. And I love Angie. And so I always like, God, you know what? We should have invited her. I was like, we should have a question. Like, no, maybe will you answer? Okay, I got a question. I have a question.
Well, okay, let's see
what it is. Okay. So, no. Like, I wonder, so, like, and your wife is a lesbian woman? Or
I don't want to answer that for her. I don't want to answer that for her.
I don't know. Like,
but I mean, because she said little things
not
to me.
Not to put labels.
Yeah, not to put labels, but
yeah.
she was with me way before. We've been together for over 10 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so she was.
She's actually my very first girlfriend in 7th grade when I came out.
Get the hell out of here, for real?
Swear to you. Yes.
No way. Yeah. It's been that long?
It's been that long. Well, we haven't been together that long. She got married and...
Oh, okay, got you.
And then...
Little switcheroos.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, she got married.
Happens. It's very common. Yeah, okay, got you.
Had... kids, and then we got together, and I helped raise those kids.
Yeah,
those
for
kids,
sure.
well, they're my babies.
Yeah, no, and I was gonna, I really wanted to ask about that too, because like, I know that the kind of changes the family dynamic and stuff. I mean, did the daughter? You have daughters?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so was that like okay for them in the beginning, or like?
Yeah, they didn't bat an eye about it.
Okay, gotcha.
They were just like, all right.
Yeah.
I wanted to be very careful about it.
Okay.
Just because kids, you never know.
Right. No, and I always I wondered, because I remember asking Cici on the show, she was a gay guy, and now she's a woman, and so she was telling me that she likes lesbian women. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she likes like the really like butchy she likes really like masculine butch women, and so for me, I just know that I like a nice rough, tumbling, just construction worker. Papers. Like I said that. You know what I mean? And so I always wonder, like in the trans community, like for you specifically. You know what I mean? Not maybe you for specifically, but like how that works. If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, everybody's different. Okay. Everybody has different
like preferences, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
I've known people that are in different situations way than mine. Mine, I mean, that's why I told you I was like, I'm not interesting.
Yeah.
I'm just a regular married man with 2 grown ass women now. Young ladies.
Yeah, I got you.
But I mean, it was so my thing was, especially when we were raising them. We live in China Spring.
Okay.
So they grew up in China Spring.
Damn, y'all know how to pick them, Marlon.
Man,
damn.
Everybody, just like rolling against the tide.
Yeah, I got you for sure.
So, yeah.
Were you guys being judged though? Did you find yourself being judged a lot? Okay, got you.
Not as often as we expected.
Okay.
But yeah, of course that's gonna be, and I felt bad a lot of times. They're like, can we have a sleepover? And I was like, if we do, let me know so I can leave. I didn't want
really?
because again, same thing with the bathroom situation. I don't want parents to go, no, you can't go over there because.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Do you think that still exists today? Like, do you feel like? Do you feel like you're still being judged today?
No, not for me, but I'm sure that it's still out there.
No, it's sure that it still exists. Absolutely.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I don't think, unfortunately, I should say, I don't think it's ever going to go away.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think the stigma of, you chose to be this way, this and that, but listen, that's a big decision to make. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to body transformation and stuff. Yeah. So,
I mean, that's when I was still you know.
But and so the only reason why I ask about the sexuality and stuff and the preferences, like I actually know a couple who it's a wife and a husband and they have kids, and the husband dresses like a woman. Like I guess I don't know if he's transitioning or if he's just a cross-dresser, if that's the proper term. But I don't like he acts like a man. He's very masculine and but he's got the nails done with the French tips, probably better than the wife. You know what I mean? They buy panties together, like, and so I don't know like how that works in a relationship. Like I was talking about it today actually, and I don't know how I would be put in a situation where like if my boyfriend, or like you were mentioning earlier, like how my significant other says I want to transition. You know what I mean? Like I guess you don't know. I mean, was I guess Angie the only person you ever had to have that conversation with? I mean, you guys were together over 10 years.
Yeah, so. She's the only one I had to, because I asked her over and over. I was like, are you sure?
And she's cool.
Yeah, she's like,
love that. I love Angie.
She's like, I love you. I've always loved you.
Okay, gotcha.
So we've had this connection for a long time.
Do you have advice for the maybe couple going through that might be having a hard time dealing with it? I mean, as you mentioned, your friend had to leave his wife or husband.
Yeah, right? Well, because and I don't know many straight men that would, because he was like, well, my husband's transitioned. I was like, I didn't know you were gay. He was like, I'm not. I was like, oh, sorry. I was like, holy shit. I didn't mean to offend you, and he was like, no. He's like, but
see, because
we're married.
Because that's what I'm saying. So then the wife, does that make her a gay man? Do you know what I mean? Like now I'm confused.
I'll be too. I was also.
Is the wife a gay man or is a straight woman? Like we need help. I need help. Of course.
I know. And but the thing is there's so many different ways that everybody lives their life that you can't go, oh well, it's this way.
Okay,
because for a long time I thought that it should always be this way or that way.
I got you.
And it's not like that with trans people, gay people, even straight people nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, because the thing is
lit right now. We're straight men. And what we do is not gay. That's not gay. Like
and see a lot of my girlfriends over the years have been straight.
Really?
So it was just like, at least I thought they were. And some of them now are, I'm like, I don't get it myself. No, I don't get it either.
You know what? It takes me back to episode 30 when I had the Stones on here, and I remember making jokes about it. Remember the Stones? And so I was talking to them about it. I was like, I sleep with all these straight guys, and right afterwards they tell me, I'm not gay, right? Like, and I be playing. I'm like, no, I wasn't gay. Like sucking your dick, that's straight. You didn't do it to me. I did it to you, so that's not gay. That's all bets off. You know what I mean? I love it. Okay, no. So I really appreciate your answer in regards to your wife. To be honest, like when I asked that, because I guess it's really not necessary. At the end of the day, everybody mind your fucking business. You know what I mean? Yeah. So and again, I love your wife, so I hope she doesn't get offended by that.
No, she won't.
She won't. No, she's crunk. Yeah, I love you, Andrew. Yeah,
and,
for sure.
And she'll be like, you should have told him that.
We'll let her answer that question in the comments, Angie. Okay. Wow. Okay, so it sounds like your transition, your life has been pretty much straightforward. It's definitely answered some questions for me for sure. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you're a man. Yeah. You've always been a man, as far as you're concerned. You're a man. And I want to talk just a little bit about the process. You mentioned today is your 6th rebirthday, okay, and becoming a man. So when is it enough for them to legally change your gender?
So
because I did not know that was a thing. Okay.
Yes. So okay. So I know, for me, so my lawyers are in Austin.
Okay.
I have people everywhere.
Oh shit.
I have people all over Texas.
Hey, I need some lawyers too.
Houston, Plano, Austin.
Yeah.
So they said once you get at least one surgery down, or 1 year testosterone, you do the surgery, and at least one surgery, you can legally change your name, change your gender.
Okay.
All that stuff.
Oh.
So I go to court.
Okay.
And basically what they do is they try to find a judge they wait for a judge that's going to be there, that it's smooth sailing. Yeah. Pretty much.
Okay.
So, I was in the courtroom. They were doing like adoption stuff, this and that, all kinds of other stuff. And so the lady came back and told me, she's like, it's going to be just a little bit longer.
Okay.
You know, he kind of just wants it to be us in the courtroom.
Okay, gotcha.
I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Right.
You know, so I was sitting there and I was looking at the clock. That's how I know it was 3:30. Because I was like,
oh, shit.
And I was like, I'm ready to go back home. I was like, shit, I'm nervous.
Okay, yeah.
But, man, once everybody left, he asked me to approach the bench.
Okay.
And, excuse me.
They're good. It's that Lonestar.
It is. It is. So, she spoke for me and this and that.
Uh-huh.
And he said, your legal name, or your new legal name?
Uh-huh.
I said, Ezekiel Christopher Reyes.
Okay.
And she told him, and she's like, his mother picked it out.
Oh.
I was like, I figured if she named me, I was like, hey, I figured if she named me the first time, I told her, I said, why don't you just name me again?
Oh, that's cute. Okay,
so
gotcha.
Just name me again.
Yeah.
So, you know, and he said, okay, so we got to talking, you know, me and the judge, and then he said, okay, so we signed all the papers. And then that was it. That was just it? That was it. I turned around, looked at the clock, and it was 3:30. And I was like, okay, bet.
Now you're a man.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Well, I had to go to another office about the, you know, do the whole new birth certificate, new social security card, all that shit. Yeah. Everything. I had to change everything to Ezekiel.
Okay. I bet that was a pain in the ass. You know, my credit card just got turned off and I have to update payment information on all my shit. I can't imagine what it's like when you have to do it with your name.
It's annoying as shit, but the fact that I was doing it and then I knew that was going to be me from now on.
Okay.
It didn't bother me.
Oh, so you were good.
Yeah.
So does it take that to, like, I guess, clarify it for you, or were you just always, no matter what, you were just gonna be a male? Like, that's it.
Always, no matter what, I was gonna be a male.
It could say whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
But I remember when my birth certificate came in the mail, my new one, and Angie sent me a picture of it.
Oh.
And her and the girls, they, you know, our daughters were just all so excited.
Really?
And I was like, no shit. I can't remember if I was in Louisiana at the time or not. But
I was gonna say, did you celebrate? Was there celebration?
I believe so.
Like, I'm a man now, bitches. What's up? Yeah.
I believe
Let
so.
me go to the men's room.
Yeah. And you know, that whole thing. That's that whole men's room, women's room. I was like,
but now you're good though, right?
Yeah,
like,
I'm good.
You walk straight into the men's room, nobody gives you no shit.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, I thought now people will stop looking at me crazy.
Okay. And they still do?
Everybody looks at me crazy.
But I think that's just the bathroom. Like,
no, but I mean, even if I'm not going to the bathroom.
Okay.
Like, I still get weird looks.
No, I think, you know what? Like I said, when you told me at first, I would have never guessed. I would have never guessed ever in my life.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay.
Is it because I'm short?
No, you just look like a guy.
But
I mean, you are a guy. You are a guy.
Would you ever just like? But Angie and I both. We get these looks.
No,
both.
fuck them. Do you want to know what it is? You want to know what it is, Chris? To be honest, because some people just don't even know how to do it. Like, so like Cici, beautiful woman. You know what I mean? Yeah. Beautiful, gorgeous woman. You know what I mean? Shout out to my girl Gia too. She actually wanted to be the next trans person on the show. You know, Gia, we're gonna talk. But you know, she's another beautiful woman. Yes. You're a very handsome guy. Some people just don't be doing it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, some people just don't be. You know what I mean? Like, it's not for everybody. That's for sure. Okay?
Yeah.
And so I feel like with you, I was introduced to you as a man, and I don't know. You carried it well. You did good. I don't want to say you played the part good. That's rude. But
well, no, I mean,
you were just a guy. Yeah. Like, you were just. So when you first told me, I immediately had questions that are too private that you didn't want to share. And so you know, I immediately had questions. And so you know, when you told me, I was mind boggled, honestly.
I get that. Yeah. Well, I mean, I get that. You know.
So now that you say that people look at you weird, I'm like, well, no, I didn't look at them weird. I looked at you weird when you told me that you were trans.
But it's funny because even Angie knows. Like, she's like, why do people stare at us? Like, she's like, are we that fucking short? And I'm like, yeah, we are. But a lot of times, like, if it's just me, I'm like, I'm standing in the corner. I'm like, shit, do they know?
Yeah, do they?
And I'm like,
so
look down.
But you don't feel like you don't. Okay, go to the bathroom and like hit still. Okay, I'm like, no titties. Got it.
It's not sticking out, is it? I don't know.
So, but now it's not even necessary to even like indulge in it. Like, clarify anything? Because nobody's really asking now, huh?
No.
Like nobody goes up to you and says, "Used to be a girl." Like, I mean, you really can't tell. Like I couldn't tell. I'm sorry.
So, you know, and while we're talking about this isn't a conversation for the barbershop. You know what I mean? Don't be sitting in somebody else's chair and holler at me across the barbershop and be like, "Hey, hey, I know you."
Oh, you don't want them? Yeah, don't be doing that. Don't let me be in there neither.
If you have
Chris will throw down.
if you have questions or want to say something or anything, be discreet about it.
Do you like when people are more? I mean, a lot of people are gonna watch this. Like,
No, I just always like being discreet about everything, about anything. And it's not that I'm trying to hide anything. I'm just. When I say I'm a private person, I'm a private person.
I feel like for you, and maybe even like in regards to this episode, it's like, what is the, like, I'm a guy. What the fuck did you want to know? Is that what it is? Okay. I mean, at the end of the day.
If there's something personal you want to know,
do you
food and beer. That's a good way to kidnap me.
George's.
Bubba's actually.
Oh, Bubba.
That's,
do you, how do I put this? Chris, are you a man or a trans man?
I'm just a man.
You're just a man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because some people will ask, you know, if I tell somebody, people go, well, "Why didn't you tell me before?"
Yeah.
It's like,
what was
that's not how I introduce myself.
Got you. Okay.
You know, that's, you know, it's just like, unless we're sleeping in the same bed or you're paying my bills, and I don't need anybody to pay my bills, then I don't need to.
You might need to crack open one more beer, then we can get into the questions. No, no, unfortunately, Chris, we are running out of time. Oh God, there was like, you definitely. First of all, I really want to thank you again for coming on to the Public Affair. I definitely want to thank you for sharing your story. I know that there was a lot that you went through in the past, but everything is good now. I'm really happy to hear that you had a very supportive family. Big shout out to your mom and your dad and Angie and the girls.
My brother was a huge supporter. My brother was a huge supporter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my brother was.
Oh, does he live here?
He's here right now. He lives in Colorado, but he's here for
is he hot?
For a little bit. I don't know. I have no clue.
So slime in the hands. What's up? Is he married?
Yes. My sister-in-law will probably be like, nah.
I don't know her. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Okay. God. Okay. So, you know, we also mentioned just very briefly, I mean, Elite Barbershop. Sid is one of my sponsors, you know, so you do cut hair there and stuff like that. What's next for you though? I mean, is that something that you're going to just stay persistent? Is this ever something that you want to kind of like help somebody get through? Like somebody might reach out to you and say, "Hey, Chris, I need support." You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've already helped one or two people.
Okay.
You know,
do you find that to be quite a daunting task? Like,
I mean,
maybe they don't listen.
No, I mean, well, you gotta trust the process, and you know, it's just like. Listen to me when I tell you, because I've tried to take shortcuts.
Oh, okay.
And it didn't get me anywhere. So there are people that will try to take those shortcuts, and I'm like, but if you're not gonna listen to me, then don't do it.
Okay, got
but
you.
You know, if you really want to know the process, you know,
I got you.
More than welcome to. Like I say, you know, if you have food and beer, I'll go anywhere, almost anywhere.
We should have brought you food and beer on the show, and then it would have been there. No, I'm kidding.
Angie never worried. She's like, I don't think I really worry about you cheating on me. I worry if you're eating again. You know?
Oh, really?
Or she's like, he's probably somewhere eating food before he gets home.
Yeah, I got you. Well, it doesn't go anywhere, so we wish. You know what, Chris? God, thank you so much for coming on the show again. Thank you so much for all your insight and everything. Did you enjoy your time?
Of course.
And just for the record, you didn't feel exploited or anything like that. I don't need anything.
Oh, Andrew.
You don't think you just, at the end of the day, the moral of the episode, you don't give a fuck. All right. So,
now I gotta go tell everybody.
Yeah.
Before this episode comes out, I gotta tell you something.
Oh, you gotta tell the guys at the shop.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Well, no, like Sid knew and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, good deal.
Those, I love those guys.
Yeah.
You know, they're my work family.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Good deal. Good support. Yeah, great support system. Well, thank you again so much for coming on. God, Chris, I really appreciate it. Best of luck to you in the future, and and everything that you decide to do with the transition and all that. I don't know how to put that. Does that make sense? Like,
I mean, If I could find a way to get a little taller.
A little taller. Okay. Yes. I got you. Well, thank you guys again so much. I just sounded ignorant as fuck. I'm sorry. Thank you guys again so much for watching this episode of The Public Affair. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Of course, I've got more on the way. Before we go, I definitely want to give a shout out to a few more of our sponsors. I definitely want to give a shout out to Soko Soccer Academy with Dominic Gutierrez and Ariana Gutierrez. They're located on Franklin Drive. They offer team, small group, and individual skill training. They also have soccer training with Dominic, who's going to make your kids the next soccer star. I've watched him train those kids. He is tough, but he is the business. Make sure you follow them on Facebook at Soko Soccer Academy and at Soko254 on Instagram. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the Banda's hauling service with Julian and Ana Banda. They rent dump trailers. You fill it up and they haul it away. They also do junk removals and tree brush removals and haul cars in and out of town. I wonder if they'll drive me to Vegas here in a few hours. Book now with the number on the screen. Banda's hauling service. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the Jeffrey Monreal with Pollo Box and Audio. Home for all your LED needs and auto accessories, installation of stereos, door speakers, and audio systems. He also specializes in building custom subwoofer enclosures and much more. Definitely a jack of all trades. Your one-stop shop to get everything done in one roof. Jeffrey, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, the Fat Boy Michelada and Botana. Ooh, they were just on my show. Oh, they're so good. They provide the, I'm glad you had them. Yeah. Oh, man. Delicious. Oh. Delicious. They provide the best Michelada and Botana plates for yourself or for a party locally operated. Make sure you get the best and not the rest with Junior Banda with Fat Boy Michelada and Botana. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. Chris, thank you so much for coming on to this episode and giving us a little bit of insight on the transition, the trans life where, you know, you're a man. Okay. Yes, I was gonna say give the trans man life, but you just are a man. Yeah, that's it. You're just one of the bros. Okay, and then I'm just still one of the bitches. Thank you guys again so much again for watching this episode of The Public Affair. I love you all so much, and don't forget, darling, to always keep it between us. You know, and we definitely should touch into pronouns. Yes. Because we talked about this with Cici, and I always just know him, her, he, she. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And now we're in an age where people use they, them, their, like they're not nothing. And I still to this day don't get it. If that's what they want. Yeah. What was it like for you? Talk to me about that.
Okay, so I don't get the whole they thing either, but at the same time I do because I used it for a very short period of time.
Oh, really?
Through my transition. Okay. But it was mostly for other people. Right. It's like if you don't feel comfortable calling me he or she, just say they.
Just say they. Really?
You know, at this point, just bear with me.
I can't stand when people call me a fucking like queen or girl.
Really?
Or sis. Yeah. Like, I'm a fucking guy. Like, don't you ever in your fucking life, bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I can't stand it like, hey, bitch, or hey, queen. Like, no. Yeah. Don't you ever.
And see, I have friends that are like that. And, really? And I'm like, okay. See, because you never, I mean, and you never know.
Right.
So the whole pronoun thing.
Okay. Why are you looking all agitated? You look pissed.
Because, no, it's funny because even after becoming a man, I've been called Angie's wife.
Oh, wow.
So
does that piss you off?
At least twice. I mean, it doesn't piss me off, but I just want to know why.
Right.
It's like, why would you say that?
Yeah. Like, why? What the fuck? So even after your transition, they were saying that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I would understand if I still had boobs. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, but there's people that don't know how to respond. Okay. There are times where people that knew me before my transition,
right?
Everybody around you transitions with you.
Okay.
So basically pronouns, and they're like, okay, now I know that I have to call him him. Mm-hmm. You know.
Were they using she beforehand?
Yeah, okay. But I had friends that were like, dude, if you want me to call you he, I don't care.
Right.
You know,
and that's what you want.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm good with it.
Call me dude. Yeah.
Yeah. But now that I'm legally a man, you know, it is on my driver's license.
Right, yeah.
Don't do that.
Okay.
You know, but there are people that will.
Do you still find people doing that today?
They do. Like I was saying, the people that knew me before, if we don't see each other on a regular basis,
right,
that's just in their head. So that's automatic. Damn, he. I'm sorry, you know, and if I know you're trying to correct it,
right?
But it was the same thing with my family. My family, they'll slip up every once in a while, but they change it.
They change it. Okay.
Yeah.
So they correct themselves.
Yeah. So if you're correcting yourself, it doesn't bother me.
Okay.
If you want to be an asshole and you do it on purpose, then I'm probably gonna say something.
Okay, gotcha.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.